Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Zach. I'm Skellen Shore, and I'm super excited to bring you my first impression of a game called Fractured Space. This is a early access review, first impression kind of thing going on, so yeah, a lot of the textures aren't even in the game yet, a lot of features are not in there, and it's, it's early access, guys. But despite that, I'm actually really freaking excited for this game. It kind of takes World of Tanks gameplay mechanics, it's a little bit similar, and then puts it in space, and then also kind of adds like a little bit of a MOBA element to it with the map design and also how the game flow is. Okay, so the map is pretty interesting. We need to talk about this. Other than being in freaking space and you can actually float in a 3D space, go up and down, hide behind asteroids and craziness. Other than that, it's actually separated in quadrants and you can actually warp between these. So yeah, like in League of Legends, you can press B to back, or in Dota, you can teleport back to your base. In this game, you literally go freaking warp speed into these different quadrants. So you have your base quadrants, which is for your team and the enemy team. You also have a middle quadrant, which doesn't even open until a certain amount of time has passed in the game, I believe. And then also you have these side quadrants. You have like A and B, and this is where you're going to gather resources. This is mainly where the big fighting happens. Why do you want resources, Sky? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. You want resources because that actually allows you to upgrade your machine. Now, it's nothing like Dota or League of Legends where you're going to be able to have an item shop or anything like that. No, it's just kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of static, really. There's nothing really creative about it, but your team does become overall stronger as you get resources. So the more resources you have, the stronger you are. Now, there are a couple of different vehicles that you can use in this game. Yes, they're all spacey, freighter-looking craziness. I think the detail's amazing on these, you know, graphically. A lot of attention to detail on these vehicles, even for being early access. There are a number of different vehicles that you can use that have different sort of abilities, or in this game, you know, I'm going to call them abilities because they are based on a cooldown system instead of an ammo system. You do have different abilities that you can use. So for the particular vehicle that I played with the most, actually had homing missiles, which is really interesting, and also had kind of like a burst gun, laser gun thing, prox mines as well. Also had a drone, and it had a force field that I could activate. It's called a screen, so that's pretty interesting. Now, I saw one character, he was sniping non-stop, so he had some sort of like rail cannon of some sort, and he was able to snipe across the map. And what's really cool is that not only do you have these different archetypes with these different ships that have different abilities, but you can actually go in and customize these pretty well. You can change around their different abilities and what different kind of weapons you have with them. So a lot of customization there, and I think that's what people really want out of these really strategic games with these different vehicles. It's not just about collecting all the different kind of vehicles, it's also about the customization of said vehicles. But yeah, on a note about the vehicles, there's really not that much right now. Like, I'm not saying there's not a good selection, because, you know, for the amount of depth and the amount of detail, not just cosmetically, but also mechanically, you know, because of the customization. I'm not saying that there is not a lot to do, because there is stuff to unlock. I'm just saying that you're not going to be daunted by the amount of selection like World of Tanks has right now. Remember, the game's still in early access, so there is a ton of potential here, not just with the customization or the different types of weapons that they can add to these vehicles, but just adding entire vehicles. So yeah, to me, that's actually pretty exciting. It shows that they're trying to polish each and every vehicle individually, and also trying to give them that individual shine, that creativity, that little bit of uniquity between each vehicle, unlike World of Tanks, where the majority of tanks actually handle extremely similarly and even have similar statistics. But yeah, comparing it to World of Tanks, I'm probably going to do it a million times, but yeah, this game is actually like World of Tanks in space. I know it kind of takes some elements from MOBA, but mechanically, I mean, you can't deny it's very, very similar to World of Tanks. It uses a turret aiming system, which you don't know what that is. It's like a third-person shooter, except that the true reticle of where your shots are actually going to aim doesn't follow the middle of your screen. I mean, it kind of follows it, but definitely not in real time. There's actually a overlaid reticle, and then this is the true aim of your turrets. So you have to actually look at your target and then wait for this reticle to catch up with you. And if you're moving, it's going to spread out. It's going to give you more spread. If you're not moving, it's going to tighten up. So if you're sniping, you're going to want to stand still. Essentially, this introduces a lot of RNG into it. And if you're an arena shooter fan, you know, you like fast-paced, real tight aiming. This might feel a little bit uncomfortable for you. It might feel very chance-based. It's really not chance. I mean, yes, there is RNG in it, but it's really about controlling those chance and the modifiers that affect your chances. It's all about being smart, strategic, thinking forward and ahead. And if you're the kind of person that just runs in and is constantly dying because of these luck chances, oh, just by luck I missed, then don't put yourself in those situations. It's all about positioning. It's all about thinking ahead and, well, being strategic. It is a strategic vehicular combat game. And I have to say, you know, comparing it to World of Tanks again, that this game is actually very physical and very mechanical, while World of Tanks is very, very slow paced, and I'm not going to deny that this game is kind of slow paced. This one, because of its abilities, because you can shoot missiles and proximity mines, and you have different abilities. Because of this, the game actually feels really fun and fast-paced and big and explosive and epic. And yes, the Unreal Engine 4 does look great with all these effects going on. It looks amazing. Even though Unreal Engine 4 is new and this is a early access game, I have to say that everything just is coming together in a very nice, polished box. I came into this game skeptically. You know, that's my bias. I was pretty skeptical, and so right now I'm pretty excited. Yeah, I think in my total playtime I actually got just 1 kill. So I got killed a lot, but in all those awesome fiery explosions in space, I think in between getting killed and killing, I had fun somewhere along the line, and it flipped a switch in my brain that this went from being a slow-paced World of Tanks in Space game to something a little bit more unique, and I'm actually liking a lot of the smaller features that I can't really go into detail here, but I think the game overall has a lot of potential, and I definitely want to give it a thumbs up. Absolutely. If you get the chance to play Fractured Space, go ahead and try it and get your friends into it too. I think it could really use with a community boost. This seems like one of those games that's probably going to have a niche following. I don't know if it's going to be competitive at all like World of Tanks is, but it's interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can say really. It's intriguing, at least. I mean, you gotta admit, space battles, I mean, it's kind of a cool thing. Like, this year seems like it's gonna be the space year. We're gonna get so many spacey games. Got No Man's Sky, Star Citizen, and actually just recently we actually had a nice little boom of space simulation or dogfighting games. There's actually a couple that are pretty interesting to me. I think Fractured Space is gonna be a great addition to this year's lineup of space games. So if you're looking for a space thematic game, this is it. If you're looking for something that's kind of like World of Tanks, but not World of Tanks and actually has a unique setting, this is it. If you're just looking for a good, really well polished game that's running in a really awesome new engine, this is the game. Fractured Space seems like it could be the game for a select few people, hopefully going to be a lot of people. Tell me what you guys think below, and if there's a space fighting, dogfighting simulation, or RTS game that you like playing, please let me know, because I'd actually be interested in that. I'm definitely in the mood for a space game, and I think this actually might be the game for me. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Skyland Shore with Attack Gaming. Sorry I sucked at this game. Hopefully I covered it well. Hopefully you guys had fun with the video. I had fun making it. Check out MMOATK.com and like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing awesome content from us. Of course, first impressions, top 10s, and other gaming goodness.
Put something in your mouth again.
Can I put it in my hand first?
No, you know how this works.
Oh
I shove it in your mouth.
Please choose your words wisely.
Okay, lean back.
Oh, what?
Well,